Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise for the presentation of the colors by the Mount Juliet High School Marine Corps Color Guard.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, I would like to welcome each of you to the 166th commencement exercises of Mount Juliet High School. We would like to honor the graduates of this class of 2020 by celebrating all of their accomplishments that we have waited so long to do. In order to do this, we ask that each of you please show the honor and respect that is due to each of these accomplished seniors. Please hold your applause to an appropriate noise level so as to allow each senior's name to be heard clearly and recognized by all as each senior walks across the stage and is presented with their diploma. The faculty and staff of Mount Juliet High School are very proud to present to you the graduating class of 2020. Mr. Cox, please. At this time, I would like to introduce our distinguished guests that are on the main stage. We have Dr. Donna Wright, Director of Schools for Wilson County. We have Mr. Larry Tomlinson, Chairman of the Wilson County Board of Education, representing Zone 5. Mr. Wayne McNeese, Wilson County Board of Education, Zone 1. Mr. Bill Robinson, Wilson County Board of Education, Zone 2. Mr. Mike Waltney, Wilson County Board of Education, Zone 3. Ms. Linda Armstead, Wilson County Board of Education, Zone 4. And Mr. Chad Carl, Wilson County Board of Education, Zone 7. I would like to take the time to recognize the faculty and staff of Mount Juliet High School, seated behind me and on the right side of the stadium, your left. The next group of educators is one of the finest in the nation. I'm honored and humbled to be allowed the privilege to lead them for the past 2 years. Each of your students are better off today because of this group of educators. Please give them a round of applause in support of their tireless efforts to encourage, support, and nurture your children, your grandchildren, and your loved ones. I would also like to recognize the administrative team of Mount Juliet High School, Mr. Mike Lytle, Ms. Beverly Sharp, Ms. Lori Scott, Mr. Mike Duncan, Mr. Josh Johnston, and Mr. Jake Hammond. Our counselors that we also would like to recognize are Ms. Christy Walker, Ms. Lisa Whitmire, Ms. Denise Bergen, Ms. Arlene Barlow, Ms. Holly Heller, and Ms. Fallon Sullivan. Today we also celebrate the years of service and dedication for 4 of our faculty members that will be retiring. Please join me in applause for Ms. Dottie Springer, Ms. Janet Hayes, Ms. Kimberly Griggs, and Ms. Jan Dickens. And now to recognize the Mount Juliet High School Teacher of the Year. This is an honor that is voted upon by peers, and it is one of the highest honors that we do bestow on a faculty member at Mount Juliet High School. This year's MJHS Teacher of the Year is Mr. James Peach, and he is Peach is our AV television production. He is running our live stream so that all of our loved ones that could not be here with us today can watch from home in the safety of their house. We would also like, you have to pardon me on this one. We would also like to recognize, one of our honorary graduates, Mr. J. Sean Tetlin. It's been a long time not to let your voice crack when you speak in public, so I'm sorry I have failed at that. Though Mr. J. Sean is not here with us in physical body, do you feel his presence with us today here to speak? We're honored to have his family joining us this afternoon, and he will have an honorary graduation diploma and an honorary seat within our graduating class. Please give a large round of applause. We're also honored to have a large number of our students joining our armed forces to protect each of us daily. Would any student that will be enlisting into the military service in any branch for the class of 2020 and their families please stand at this time? We also recognize that we have many members that are not here because they have already left for training, so please recognize them. Also, would any members in the audience that are currently enlisted or are veterans of any enlisted service please join these graduates by standing for recognition. One last recognition that our graduating class and the faculty would like to recognize is all of our healthcare workers that have been on the front lines fighting against our pandemic that has affected this graduating class so definitively. If you are a member or work in any portion of the healthcare industry, if you would please stand for recognition at this time. We thank you for all that you are doing. I'm going to yield my time. Normally the principal gives a speech and I'm supposed to give you encouragement and tell you what you need to do to become members of the society that you're about to step into. But I think it's very, very in our unusual circumstances. I feel like I need to yield my time to another member of our graduating class so that she can bestow some recognition upon some of our groups that feel like they've been forgotten. I'm going to yield my time now to our student council president, Ms. Lauren Allen.
Good morning. Class of 2020, we're graduating after 4 years of life-changing challenges and events that our kids will one day learn about as success. We stand at the cusp of a sea change in technology and culture, and we're going to be leaders, workers, parents, and laborers that see this change through. Not one of us asked for this responsibility, yet here we are. This year most definitely ended unexpectedly. And so I'd like to mention many of the clubs and conferences and sports that did not get their season because of COVID-19. Much like this year's yearbook, I did not mention them all, but I'm going to do my best in the few minutes that I have. First, the boys soccer team. For many of you, you'll still be playing in college, but for some, this was going to be your last time on a field playing with your team. And I'm so sorry you never got recognized for that. Next, the tennis team. It's only because I have friends on this team that I have a semblance of understanding of what you all have missed out on. Many of my senior friends were so excited for the season to finally play as the first or second team, and I can only imagine that that translates to other sports as well. Next, to the choir, orchestra, and band. I know that we all see how hard these groups work. I don't think they could pay me to be out there every weekend and afternoon with the band practicing as hard as they do, but I surely respect their hard work and wish that they've been able to have the final performance. To the orchestra especially, many of you know that our school will be losing this program next year. Many seniors work tirelessly to write letters and make phone calls to save the program. But ultimately, the budget for next year cannot sustain it. Finally, to HOSA, an essential club at our school. This year they worked with Vanderbilt University to raise awareness about the dangers of texting and driving. In addition, the CTE program has always served students and boosted their career readiness. As a testament to this, the majority of students passed the CNA licensing exam this year, allowing them to start a job right out of high school. As I said, I know I've only scratched the surface on the amazing clubs and sports you all have participated in over your 4 years here. My dream is that as you all go on to your next adventure, whether that be college or a job or parenthood, you take what you've learned over the past 4 years and use it to create supportive and inclusive environments for everyone around you. As we all know, this is more important than ever right now. There are many teachers at the school that have always strived to do this with their students. And while I can't name them all, I would love to highlight a few. First, Mr. Martin, who couldn't be here today, but has helped his students understand the extremely complicated economic system we live in and feel more prepared to begin adulthood. Next, Mrs. Gross, who presented her literature classes this year with an extremely diverse reading list and opened our eyes to the history of colonization in Africa. Then to Mr. Valkyrie, the teacher who taught our school's first African American history class. Black history is American history, and I wish we were all afforded the opportunity to learn about it like students in that class are. Finally, to Mrs. Rainey, who after 2 great years at MJHS is moving on to bigger and better things in Memphis, and we cannot wait to see what impact he makes on education. Now, before I say congratulations to you all, I would like to say congratulations to the next class that will be at MJHS, because they all get Mrs. Beverly Sharp, and I know we're all jealous. Well, our generation of the future, we couldn't be anything without the wonderful teachers and administrators of the school. So finally, class of 2020, we did it. I know many of your family members couldn't be here today, so allow me to be the first to tell you, I'm proud of you and I can't wait to see what you do. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Thank you, Lori. Now I would like to welcome our class salutatorian, Mr. Joseph Helmy, to the stage so that he can
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the class of 2020 graduation. I'd like to thank you all for coming out to our graduation, especially during these difficult times. I'd also like to congratulate all my peers. Round of applause for all of these guys. It's also really important for me to start off by thanking God, because without His help and guidance throughout these 4 years, I wouldn't be here right now. I truly credit any success that I've ever had to Him. I'd also like to thank my parents for their never-ending love, support, and sacrificing their entire lives and moving to a different country to give my siblings and me a shot at a better future. I'd also like to thank my brother and sister for always motivating me and giving me a reason to work as hard as I do, as I always wanted to be the best role model and older brother to them. I love you guys, and I'm nothing without you guys. There's an abundance of people I'd like to thank, but Mr. Rainey only gave me 2 minutes. So I'd quickly like to thank all of my great teachers, the hardworking faculty and administration, members of the school board, Ms. Bergen, my guidance counselor, my friends, role models and mentors, and everyone else that worked so hard to make our school and district what they are. Oh, and even Mr. Warren, even though he's not here. When thinking about where to go with this speech, a million things came to my mind. I could have talked about how many times I almost got hit in the parking lot because no one wanted to let me out. Shout out to the girl on the whiteboard who almost hit me every day. Or I could have talked about how many times Ms. Hayes told me to stop staring at the ceiling in AP Chemistry and there was nothing in the lights. Or I could have given all the reasons for why LeBron is the greatest of all time and not Jordan. But none of those things would fit within the notorious 2-minute time frame. But can someone get this on ESPN, please, so LeBron can see it? All right, but seriously now. It's obviously been really difficult not experiencing all of the traditional senior events. But I firmly believe that it all happened for a reason. It taught us so much. It taught us how much we take everything for granted. Every day, we complained about school, and none of us could wait for it to be made so that we could be done with high school. But when we later found out that Monday, March 2nd, was our last day of school, I think it's safe to say that no one was happy. We learned the value of the people around us, from those we didn't talk to that often, to those we gave a nonchalant hand in the hallway, to those we had no idea impacted our lives at all. We learned how much our teachers meant to us when we started wishing we could have just one more class with them. We learned to be thankful for the small things, like driving around with our friends, going out to eat, or going and watch a movie. Before the pandemic, we all learned how to come together as a community when those impacted by the tornadoes needed us the most. We also witnessed the world come together as we mourned the death of Kobe and Gigi Bryant and the 7 other people on that helicopter. Recently, we saw a division within our country that was quickly remedied as we saw members of our police departments march hand in hand with our African American brothers and sisters. Throughout it, we were and are united in prayer for the peace of the world and especially our country. What I'm trying to say is that although this year split us apart physically, it brought us all together in a way that almost nobody, and especially no senior class, has ever seen. So when you think of your senior year, 20 or 30 years down the line, don't think about what we didn't experience, but rather on the unique senior year that we did experience. I'd like to end by leaving you guys off with a verse from the Epistle of St. James, which says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness." Use that steadfastness, not to follow your dreams, but my Instagram, which only has 470 followers. No, but in all seriousness, follow your dreams, and remember that even 1,000 miles begins with one step. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. We're getting close. The accomplishments of the class of 2020. The Mount Juliet High School class of 2020 is an impressive group of young men and women that have exceeded expectations, goals, and dreams. This is the 12th graduating class from the current building located here on Golden Bear Gateway. With their hard work and their perseverance, they have the honor of helping our school to be recognized as a state reward school for high academic growth and performance. I'd like to recognize the following students, so if one of these distinguishes applies to you, please stand. Tennessee Scholars. If you're a Tennessee Scholar, please stand. Remain standing, please. If you are a member or a recipient of a Hope Scholarship, please stand. If you are one of our AP Scholars, please stand. And if you are one of our Honor Grads, please stand. Congratulations to these young men and women. Please have a seat. We have one other distinguished member of our graduating class that I would like to make sure to recognize by name, and that is our single National Merit finalist this year. So, Mr. Kyle Hacker, would you please stand? Congratulations. This group of young scholars are prepared, they're dedicated, and they're ready to accept the challenges that lie ahead. They are the epitome of our school motto, Bear Pride. Class of 2020. Would you please stand and repeat after me? I, state your name, will remember my decisions of yesterday so that I will be accountable for my actions today, which will help me meet my responsibilities of tomorrow. Please remain standing as we now prepare for the presentation of diplomas. Dr. Wright, at this time, would you join me at the podium?
Thank you, Ms. Rainey. By the authority vested in me by the State Board of Education and the Wilson County School Board, I have determined each of the seniors whose name shall be publicly announced has met at least the minimum requirements for graduation from Mount Juliet High School and is eligible to receive a diploma of graduation. In the eyes of the principals and teachers of this school, we have determined that the following students have attained an improved attendance, conduct, and subject matter record, which covers a 12-year program as established by the records on file in the offices of Mount Juliet High School. Seniors, please prepare to come forward and receive your diploma.
All right, at this time, counselors, will you please take your places? Students, I'm going to give you just a little bit of instruction since we did get to have a practice. As you come across the stage, we of course will not be shaking hands, so you don't have to worry which hand goes over what. But we will be elbow bumping, so be sure you're ready for that. Don't knock me off the stage, please. And the last thing is that our camera will be over here to the right. So when you come across the stage, Dr. Wright is going to give you your diploma, and then you will stop and look at that camera so that we can get a good picture. Then you will proceed over to this pile under the turquoise tent, and then back to your seats. All right, seniors, first row, please remain standing. Everyone else have a seat, and we will begin. So we have a change of plans. Ms. Sharp, our incoming Mount Juliet High School principal, is going to hand out your diplomas, and I will elbow bump you on the end. So.
Sarah Elizabeth Abernathy.
Dennis Mark Acosta. Lindsay Grace Atkinson. Sydney Sue Agnew. Alicia Jane Ahadi. Lauren Cross Allen. Virginia Lee U. Allen. Emily Sloan Allison. Libya Araceli Alvarado. Gracie Elizabeth Anderson. Griffin Allen Anderson. Mason Lee Andraka. Diana Araki. Tristan Elijah Archon. Andrew Carson Aronica. Ashby Elizabeth Austin. Jordan Christopher Kai Bade. Shane Matthew Kai Bade. Mariel Amir Aziz. Andrew Seth Babb. Jordan Christopher Kai Bade. Shane Matthew Kai Bade. Juan Carlo Baez Trevino. Annabelle Lauren Bailey. Rachel Michelle Baldwin. Favor Bamadilli. Kaden Nicole Banis. Abby Grace Barnett. Gracie Faye Mervine Barnett. Olivia May Bartocheski. Rebecca Lynn Bays. Luke James Beard. Cyril Logan Bashard. Adeline Rose Bell. Abigail Francis Bennett. Carter Reese Bentley. Celeste Gracie Biddle. Jackson Allen Blocker. Anna Grace Boaz. Caleb James Bogle. Scott Matthew Borden. Ellen Elizabeth Boudreau. Malik Torres Bowen Sims. Christian James Irwin Bowen. Jaquetta Alexandria Boyd. Daniel Patrick Boyer. Ashlyn Grace Bradford. Micah Scott Brady. Emily Pauline Brake. Ethan Brian Branda. Caroline Grace Brassfield. William Sage Bronner. Jessica Irene Brendos. Mark Danielle Brookhausen. Jordan Brown. Dakota Lee Brown. Desiree Krishana Bryce. Nicholas James Brownfield. Sydney Brewer. Kara Burgett. Ella Burns. Bennett Byrd. Cindy Caceres. Kiera Jasmine Cancilla. Richard Neil Carnahan. Graceland Alexis Carnahan. Luis Enrique Castillian. Logan Ray Casto. Sean David Coffin. Cameron Grace Cernudo. Brendan Davis Chandler.
Ping Ping Shin. Lauren Hope Chumley. Jamie Samantha Church. Chance Samuel Clark. Mason Baylor Clark. Stephen Wayne Clark. Avery Joshua Baird Clarkston. Grace Elizabeth Clark. Karaya Annalise Clemens. Kelsey Ann Clark. Sean Klaus. Coda Lejo Roxon Klauser. Mason Alexander Coheed. Mary Adeline Coker. Renee Rose Cohino. Grayson Shaw Cole. Kennedy Madison Cole. Mason Reagan Collins. Sydney Lauren Colson. Caleb Andrew Knatzer. Ava Bronwyn Cook. Allie Elizabeth Cooper. Brianna Jaden Cooper. Ramon Cisnero Cordova. Timothy Ray Corcoran. Alyssa Brooke Costley. Jaden Nicole Cowan. Noah Allen Cox. Alec Zachary Cram. Riley Joseph Paul Crockett. Serenity Ray Dalhover. Abigail Elaine Davidson. Tyler Jermaine Davidson. Rachel Brianna Davis. Julia Nicole DeLuise. Benjamin Aram Dedian. Meridian Danielle Dina. Declan Joseph Delaney. Zachary Owen Delfendahl. Isabel Jane Dillon. Noah Barlow Dillon. Brianna Anjanae Donaldson. Brianna Rose Dowell. Jonna Ireland Doyle. Anna Marie Rose Dranis. Cameron Michaela Drury. Tyler Benjamin Driscoll. Chelsea Nicole Druin. Danica Elise Dugans. Chloe Marie Duke. Shelby Lewis Duke. Connor Paul Glenn Dunlap. Brooklyn Love Etherly. Yuri Matt Eckelkamp. Evan John Edwards. Justina Leah Edwards. Abby Cheryl Eggerman. Justin Akosa Iwatu. Chandler Michael Elgazaba. Stephen Andrew Ellis. Summer Vieira Elmore. Donia Amon Eskander. Corey Ray Evans. Tatiana Renee Evans. Trey Evans. Addison Grace Falcone. Savannah Janice Fanter. Emma Salone Farley. James Lynn Farley. Reagan Lee Ferris. Sage Day. Anthony Christian Fiskew. Navia Nicole Fisher. Jake Ryan Fitzgibbons. Luke Houston Fitzsimmons. Kenneth Reese Fleming. Alessandra Del Carmen Fonseca. Allie Wayne Ford. Cameron Rose Formato.
Gavin David Fox. Taya Marie Fox. Chase Bennett William Fraze. Aaliyah Jaleese Claire Frazier. Hannah Grace Frisbee. Derek Michael Fry. Taylor Marie Gammons. Caitlin Leanne Garrett. Megan Victoria Ann Gaskell. Zachary Austin Gaddy. Kylie Jean Geyer. Philip George. Kaylee Beth Garlitz. Ivory Lynn Rose Giselle. Isaac Alexander Gibbs. Gabriella Alexandria Gloucester. That's my girl! Jeffrey Ryan Godwin. Zachary Cole Gagne. Armani Gonzalez. Alejandro Gonzalez. Tristan Dylan Goodell. Megan Briley Graham. Gwyneth Diane Graves. Jeffrey Brian Graves II. Sarah Evelyn Graves. Callan Andrew Green. Joshua Aaron Greenberg. Toby Donovan Greenwood. James Henry Griffin. Amanda Jolene Grigg. John Ralph Grimes. Taylor Nicole Grisham. Mary Grace Grizzle. Olivia Michael Yin Grove. Nicholas Christopher Guarneri. Kevin Gary Gay. Kyle Matthew Hacker. Luke Austin Hagmeyer. Rylan Evan Hager. Layla Autumn Haley. Shelby Elise Haley. Nadine Hamido. Autumn Nicole Hampton. Kate Bentley Hampton. Myrna Meyer Hanna. Timur Imad Hanna. Hannah Elizabeth Hardaway. Michael James Hardy. Brandon Lee Harper. Braden Anderson Lee Harris. Eva Taylor Harris. Jonathan William Harris. Todd Jonathan Harris Jr. Allison Lane Harts. Kirsten Hope Harvey. Wesley Michael Herrera. Lauren Andrea Hines. Jordan Hope Henshaw. Taylor Scott Henson. Nathaniel Edward Hoagland. Ethan Joseph Hoffman. Hayden Gusler Holmes. Miranda Lynn Holt. Joshua Avery Hoover. Harry Jack Bourne. Jada Brooke Hosen. Briley Jordan Hoskins. Harry Alexander Howard. Mason Sims Huddleston. Jacob Allen Hudson. Jonathan Edwin Hudson. Amari Deshaun Huey. Braden William Huff. Michaela Renee Hunt. Ashton Pritchett Hurley. Anthony Robert Hutchinson. Summerlin Kelly Heisel. Gina Sharif Ibrahim. Mina Ibrahim. Joshua Christopher Ingram. Anthony Edward Isbell. Flynn Joseph Jarka. Sydney Brian James. Jalen Anaya Jenkins. Kensington Ann Jenkins. Allison Nicole Johnson. Dylan Curtis Johnson. Nicholas Riley Johnson. Tyler Allen Johnson. Carter Thomas Jones. Hallie McKenna Jones. Callie Kiana Jones. Taylor Mackenzie Jones. Zoe Leanne Jones. Carter Anthony Jordan. Ariana Marie Juliana Stewart. Isha Kapoor. Brianna Sky King. Michaela Alexis Keeter.
John Joseph Kellerhoff. William Scott Kelly. Peyton Christopher Cameron. Brianna Rose Kennedy. Lauren Christine Kennedy. Ebony Renee Kidd. Braden Gregory King. Mary Elizabeth Barbara Knapp. Garrett Daniel Krozik. Alexander David Koulis. Samantha Jane Lahaman. Margaret Summit Laird. Kiana Rashay Lampkins. Devin Lee Lancaster. Rachel Ann Larson. Alexis Pauline Long. Caitlin Jean Long. Eden Edward Long. Takaya Pauline Lito. All right, you're at it. David Lynn. Avery Mark Leggett. Bailey Elizabeth Levy. Donovan Alexander Lewis.
Coy Rowan Lindstrom. Luke Allen Linville. Hannah Sue Long. Olivia Madison Long. Hunter Bryson Lowe. Joseph Jackson Wayne Newton. Elena Renee Lyon. Nevaeh Iona Majors. Zontrez Javon Majors. Abigail Elizabeth Marks. Michael Marrero. Amanda Patrice Morton. Caleb Evan Massey. Eric Cage Massey. Xavier Ornez Matthews. Patricia Nicole Mathis. Hallie Catherine Maynard. Krista Faith McCarthy. Skylar Jolie McDonald. Kyle Peyton McElhannon. Mason James McGill. Paul Charles McGowan. Stephen McComb. Veda Corinne McIntyre. Hannah Michelle McMillan. Wayne McNeese. Anakin McSweeney. Colt Christopher Meads. Noah Thomas Mecklenburg. Tyler Robert Melton. Anne Marie Mendrick. Jimena Del Cielo Farida. Jalen Alaric Merrick's. Jenna Alexis Merrick's. Lindsay Elizabeth Merritt. Allie Rose Miguel. Samuel Lewis Malaychek. Christopher Russell Miller. Derek William Miller II. Jack Samuel Miller. Michael Scott Miller. Talon Matthew Miller. Levi Spencer Mitchell. Destiny Gabrielle Mazel. Amelia Nicole Honest. Alexis Moore. Ayana Angelique Moore. Connor Dwayne Davis Moore. Alexis Moore. Madison Taylor Mormon. Morgan Ray Moreno. Wilson Taylor Morgan. Mariah Denise Morris. June Morrow. Morrow. Mauer. Maxwell Mullins. Elizabeth Murphy. Joshua McIntosh Myers. And Jeremiah Tikel Miles.
At this time, we would like to welcome our class valedictorian, Cade Hampton, to deliver our farewell address.
Good afternoon. Morning. I tried to get a little head start up here. I didn't want to keep y'all waiting like my man Joseph did earlier. So, we made it. Our last day of school feels like ages ago. It's hard to believe that our high school careers ended with a devastating tornado and a worldwide pandemic. But man, what a great story that'll be for our future kids, you know? I want to start by thanking everyone who got me to this point, in this position where I can speak to you all today. Oh man, voice cracking. I want to thank my dad. Hold on. For all the guidance and you showed me growing up and passing on his fandom of Alabama and Miami football to me. Roll Tide, fins up. I guess I'll thank my sister Avery for always being a friend, despite being the most annoying person I've ever met. Good luck being the funny sibling in the house now, Avery. She won't admit it, but I bet she's going to miss me and all my jokes that are way funnier than hers. I want to thank my two grandmothers, Gran and Mama, for being the kindest and most caring people I've ever met. I love you guys. Man, it's tough. To all my other friends and family, uncles, aunts, cousins, all of you guys that I've become so close with over the years, I'm proud of all of you and thank you all for just being there when I need you. And of course, I want to thank my wonderful mom. For pushing me to challenge myself and doing everything she could to make my life better. She's the reason I'm up here giving the speech right now. In fact, if she hadn't kept pushing me to write the speech, I'd probably just be freestyling something right now. So I'm sure you're crying a lot harder than I am right now, Mom. But I love you more than you'll ever know. And thank you for everything. That part's over. I'm just not crying now. I want to thank all of my wonderful teachers I've had over the years. From kindergarten to senior year, I've had some really great ones. Too many to list by name, but I know that all of the amazing teachers I've encountered here are extremely passionate about what they do because, let's face it, they're not in it for the money. Seriously though, you teachers deserve the world, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you. So to be honest with you, I really struggled when writing this speech. I knew I wanted to thank my family, but after that, I really had no idea what I wanted to say. I could have tooted my own horn the whole time and talked about how great and wonderful I am, but if you want to see someone do that, you can follow Real Donald Trump on Twitter. I could have been really snappy and motivational and brought a tear to your eye instead of mine, but this isn't a TED Talk or a pregame locker room speech. It's a graduation. This is a happy day, and we finally made it. Sure, our senior year ended with unprecedented circumstances with the tornado and COVID, but we still made it. Our class and our community persevered through all of this madness to get us here, and I could not be more grateful for that. Now, I would feel very remiss if I didn't use this opportunity to discuss the events currently gripping our country. To be honest, it's appalling to me how murders like those of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor keep happening and absolutely nothing changes. My heart breaks for their families, along with the families of Rayshard Brooks, Ahmaud Arbery, Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Philando Castile, Eric Garner, Freddie Gray, John Crawford III, Alton Sterling, and countless others who lost their lives to senseless violence. To put it more simply, Black Lives Matter, and we all need to ensure that we take steps to combat the systemic racism that has plagued our country for far too long. And as a matter of fact, we can be that change. We are the next generation of leaders, law enforcement, teachers, and politicians. We can and we will lead the change that this country needs so badly. Now, despite all of these disturbing issues, among many others plaguing our country, we managed to have some good times at Mount Juliet High School. We got to see a complete solar eclipse, celebrate the life of a gorilla from Cincinnati, and my Alabama Crimson Tide won a national championship, or two, but who's counting honestly. All the pep rallies, football games, proms, all the time we spent together outside of school. Those are the times that we're never going to forget, despite all the craziness of this final year. So I think I'm well over the 2 minutes I was given now, so I want to leave everyone with this quote. People always tell you, be humble, be humble. When was the last time someone told you to be amazing? Be great, be awesome, be awesome. I hope these words from the brilliant mind of Mr. Kanye West stay with you as you leave today. This is your day. You did this, you graduated. Be great, be awesome. Now go hug your families. Thank you.
We're extremely proud of what each and every one of our graduates of the class of 2020 has accomplished. So class of 2020, would you please stand at this time? I'm going to ask that you join me in the traditional tassel ceremony. All of your tassels are now on the right-hand side of your cap, which distinguishes you as an undergraduate, distinguishes you as not accomplished your goal. At this time, with the class of 2020, please move your tassel from the right to the left to signify. And we have two final traditional parts to our graduation ceremony that we would like to maintain that honor with today. So I would like to invite Miss Beverly Sharp to the microphone to sing our alma mater. Seniors, please join me in singing our alma mater.
On Mount Juliet's southern border, reared against the sky, proudly stands our alma mater as the years go by. Forward ever be our watchword, hunger and prevail. Hail to thee, our alma mater, Mount Juliet, oh hail.
And at this time, I would like any alumni that are in the stands, any of our faculty, guests, and all of the class of 2020 to join me in the last time that you will chant as a member of Mount Juliet High School your 5 words. Are we ready? You have to be really loud because we're outside. You know this, right? And it's my last time. Ready? Here we go. Bear, rock, Mount Juliet High. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to present to you the graduating class of 2020. Congratulations.